This original WSRE presentation is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.
We talk songwriting and the ever-changing landscape of the music business on this edition of Conversations. Jim Femino is well-versed in the music business as a singer, entertainer, and songwriter. He's been called a throwback, an entertainer who can hold an audience's attention with nothing more than a guitar, his voice, and some carefully woven stories. His songwriting talents have taken him to the top of the charts. He co-wrote Just Got Started Loving You, a #1 hit for James Otto in 2008. We're glad to have Jim Femino on this edition of Conversations. Nicole Johnson has been writing songs since she was 14 years old. Her parents were so impressed with her talent and commitment to music that they moved the family to Nashville when she was a teenager. At 18, she wowed a national audience and the judges on the hit NBC television show, The Voice. Blake Shelton and CeeLo Green both wanted her on their respected teams. Ultimately, she chose Team Blake. These days, she spends a good bit of her time writing with some of Music City's top songwriters. We're glad to have Nicole Johnson on this edition of Conversations. Brian White has a long and distinguished career in the music business as a singer, songwriter, and producer. His songwriting career has crossed several genres, including country, Christian, and pop. He co-wrote Watching You, the #1 hit for Rodney Atkins. Other country artists who have recorded his songs include Trace Atkins, Kix Brooks, and Rascal Flatts. His success in gospel and Christian music is quite impressive. He has 14 #1 hits and 2 Dove Awards. We welcome Brian White to Conversations. We've got a full stage today. Thank you, Gall.
Great to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Here.
Let me start with you, Nicole. How does it feel to be the young person in this group?
I'm not trying to upset anybody.
Young and beautiful.
Young and beautiful. What more could you possibly want? What you got interested in the music industry at such a young age, and it's not. It hasn't just been something that you kind of, well, this is something fun I'm going to do. You're pursuing it as a career. Tell me your story.
Yeah. So when I was 14, I was just down in Louisiana, living there. And I wanted to go into a studio so badly and just sing some songs, over some karaoke tracks even, just have something recorded of myself at 14. And a local radio DJ had heard me. And he was also a songwriter, and he said, look, I have a Christmas song that if you would sing it, I'll play it on the radio. And so I did that, and it ended up going to a bunch of radio stations without any promotion behind it. People were calling, requesting the song, all kinds of stuff, because MySpace was like my tool whenever I first started, because of course MySpace was cool then.
Right.
And so that's how I used everything to communicate with other writers and all that. So I'd gotten contacted about a show in Biloxi. I ended up opening up for Lone Star there, and after that, I'd gone backstage after the show, and they were like, you should really go to Nashville. You should go try it out, see what you like about it, you know, any of that stuff. So went up to Nashville just the month after that, so January of '09, I made my first trip, and then me and my mom made 40 trips in a year and a half, so finally decided to move there.
What was the Christmas song?
It's called If Jesus Came Back, and it was really, really cool just to kind of get started that way.
Jim, how'd you get your start?
Well, I was a paper boy. No,
he's the comedian of the group, by the way.
I sort of came out of the womb, evidently, with music in my blood. My mom used to keep a baby book on me from like the time I was born, and at 5.5 months, she said that I did nothing but lay in my crib, eating strained carrots and singing harmonies to whatever was on the radio. So I never stopped eating, and I never stopped singing, and here we are. So, you know, some things never change. But no, I mean, I've had various businesses over the year, and I was always in the music business, either as an entertainer at night, you know, when I was younger, I was playing in clubs, or, you know, and then for years after touring, I was a touring artist, you know, recording artist, and somewhere along the line, I realized that friends of mine who were doing the exact same thing were making enormous amounts of money, whereas I was making adequate money, and I thought, well, I'm going to go find out what they know that I don't know. And that's how I ended up in Nashville 25 years ago.
So now you're making tons of money?
Depends on the year. But I have my moments.
I bring that up because I want to talk about how the industry has changed. We talked about that a little bit prior to the show, and how the finances have changed in the industry. I want to get to that later. But Brian, how did it all start for you?
When I was in college, I went to college to play baseball, and that was cool. But I blew my knee out, so that kind of put me on the sidelines. But a guitar was a cool thing, and chicks dug guitars. So I was like, man, I like this thing. So, but I started writing songs in college, and then, but I was a youth pastor out of college, spent 10 years in student ministry, and moved to Nashville to take a position at a church, and was still writing songs and kind of singing them. And long and short of it, I got offered a publishing deal and a record deal there, which was unheard of. And I was like, I can't believe this is happening. I toured for 15 years as a Christian artist, and during that time I wrote for a lot of the Christian artists that were associated with the record label also, and had some success with that, and then ended up starting to kind of dabble in writing country music probably about 12 years ago, and that kind of took off. And my pastor friend, when I moved to Nashville, he said, if you move to Nashville, you'll never leave, because you love music, and that's the hotbed of everything that's happening musically. And it's the truth. I love Nashville. There's such a creative community there, and so that's been 30 plus years ago for me. And
you write for country, Christian, and pop. Mm-hmm. What's the difference? How do you, when you sit down to write a song, are you thinking I'm going to write for this genre or that genre? Or how do you go about that? Well, tell me the process.
The long and short of that is, in country music, musically, it's that big a piece of a pie. I mean, even now it's a little more pop edge, but it needs to sound country in some form or fashion. But you can sing about anything. You could write a song about your truck or your dog, or you can make up things that never happened. And so in country music, that's kind of the music's this, but the subject matter is this. Christian music, the musical palette out there is rap, pop, dance, hip hop, EDM, whatever. It's all out there. But there's only so much about Jesus. You can't make stuff up that Jesus never did. You get thrown out of the church. So the piece of the pie lyrically is a lot thinner. And but there's so many opportunities in Christian music with worship music, which is big. Or like I said, I mean, there are dance artists, there are hip hop artists, there are rock artists. So stylistically, you can kind of go at it every different angle. But and I think on any given day, I love the fact that I don't have to walk in and go, okay, I only get to write this type of music. And a lot of that is dictated too by who you're in the room with, and life. You know, life is what kind of speaks musical ideas into my head. And so some days you write a song from your heart that's about being thankful for where you're at and how much God has blessed you. And some days you write a song about, boy, last night was a good time hanging out with my friends, and we went down and partied down, you know, whatever. It just kind of, life speaks that into me. So.
Nicole, what inspires you to write a song? Where do you get your inspiration from?
You know, a lot of it's my friends, a lot of that kind of stuff. As interesting as my life can be at times, a lot of it's just my favorite songs I write are with my best friends. So it's calling them at 1 o'clock in the morning and saying, hey, are you up? Can I come over? Let's write a song. And so just whatever kind of sparks
that
us.
explains why you and I don't write with her.
I have my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. That's kind of how I get my inspiration. It just kind of hits me and I run with it at that time.
What about you, Jim?
I've been told that I write. Actually, Aaron Goodvin said this about me. He said, you know, Jim, you write from a different place than the rest of us do. And which I always found interesting. I kind of, most people think they'll find a title and they start thinking about, you know, like, all right, I want to say this about that tree and that how my dog, you know, peed on that tree or something. And but I'm kind of like in reverse. I literally clear my head, and a lot of times, just thoughts. I listen to what's coming through, what God in the universe is saying, you know, and I end up writing kind of when an idea comes through that just makes me go, wow, that's kind of cool, and then I'll kind of go that way. Other times I find some of my songs that are more down to earth, as it were. Somebody pisses me off, that'll do it. Not unlike Taylor Swift. Right. I mean, if somebody does something that truly bothers me emotionally and rather than call them up and go crazy on them, I'll literally sit down and write them a letter, and everything that I would have said if I was nuts enough to call them up and say, hey. And oddly enough, I've written some great songs from that and felt better afterwards. So.
It's therapeutic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
Do you guys all write with the guitar, or does some of you use piano, or both?
I am guitar, so.
Yeah, I'm not a great guitar player, and I'm an even worse piano player. So this is what I kind of fall to. So.
How about you, Jim? Yeah.
I occasionally write on oboe. It makes it hard to sing at the same time, but the melodies are usually different. No, I'm always guitar.
I love your oboe music, man. I've got all your hits.
Actually, a fellow songwriter friend of ours one time, everybody had been saying to me that me and this other guy should get together because we're so much alike, and he said, yeah, then they'd have to demo our songs with oboes and we cancel each other out. I just never quite knew what he meant by that, but it was like, all right.
Are most songs in today's world co-written? In other words, are you typically with someone else when you're writing a song these days?
Anybody want to feel that? In Nashville especially, co-writing is the norm, and a lot of it has to do, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, and it's even more so in the pop world. The more writers on a song, the more people and the more publishers are out there working the song to try to get it cut. If you write a song by yourself and you have yourself and your publisher and you're trying to get it to Toby Keith or whoever, it's just you and that's it. If myself, Nicole, and Brian sit in a room and write the same song, well, now we've got the three of us trying to get this song recorded by an artist and our respective publishers. So now there may be 3 or 6 or even more, depending upon how many publishers are in the pie, all trying to get the song recorded. So your chances, you're going to make less money in the end.
Right.
But if the song was never cut,
you make less money.
100% of nothing is still nothing.
Right.
Whereas a 6th or an 8th or a 12th or whatever is so a lot of it has to, and especially with the dwindling income stream, getting that many more people trying, giving them a financial incentive to get that song cut is, as far as I'm concerned, I think that has a lot to do with why the co-writing, aside from and just hanging with your friends, and when you hang with your friends and write with your friends, it's wonderful.
It's cool. Co-writing is it's therapeutic. It's humor. It's drinking coffee. It's catching up on life. And Nashville really is probably the last real songwriting community where we get in rooms like this. We sit down with guitars and computers or pads, and we start out. A lot of the guys that I write with from like either LA or New York or whatever, they'll send you a track and then they'll go, get back with me when you get something. And there's no, then it's, I love this because it's life. And like Jim said, a lot of the ideas come from just sitting down and talking about where you've been, what's going on, what's happening. And all of a sudden he says something about, man, I've been going through, this and, and that was a rough time. And we go, man, rough time. Man, we got to write that. And the song is born out of just conversation and realness instead of, trying to manufacture some idea that might fit into a little niche over here. You just kind of write real life. So,
Nicole, with you being young, I asked this question because I've heard people say before, to write songs, you have to have lived it, and you're what, 22, 21 years old.
Yeah.
She's but a child.
Just but a child. Is it difficult for you?
No, I think whenever I first moved to town, and I was just going there as a singer when I first moved to Nashville, or at least first started coming to Nashville, and everyone was like, all right, here, I'm pitching you some songs, and none of it was subject material that I could sing about. It was all stuff that was way too old for a 14 or 15-year-old to be singing. Right. So that's how I got into writing. Okay. It was, hey, you want to try writing because we can't find you any songs, and so I did, and that's how I got into it, and I write about, really what's going on in my life, but again, a lot of it is inspiration from my friends' lives or people I know, what they're going through, and I think I can write about it without living it.
Okay, interesting. Let me come back to something you said. We were talking about the finances, and we mentioned that a little bit off the top of the program here. The audience may or may not understand how disruptive things have become due to what's going on with the internet and streaming and Pandora, and so on and so forth. Get you guys to elaborate. How has that changed your lives?
Well,
I just bought a Chevy instead of a Cadillac. I don't know about you.
Well, it has, I think all of us, there was a point when we started, obviously she started when she was 14, so, but Jim and I, years back when you could have a song recorded on a major artist, and that artist would sell 4 or 5 million records. And even if you only had that one song on that record, if you did the math on 4 or 5 million copies, well, you're gonna make a living. Well, now with streaming and everything and downloads, people aren't buying records anymore. I mean, you go to Target or Walmart or any of those stores and the record section is dwindled down to, you know, that. And they're even, the talk is that eventually they'll quit even manufacturing CDs and it'll just be for selling off the table at a concert. But, so now you have to have a single, that song that radio is gonna play, and that's what people are downloading because they're not going to the iTunes or wherever and downloading the whole record unless you're a true fan. And you know, I love music, I love albums, you know, and artwork and all that kind of thing. Well, you don't have that anymore. Right. You go to the internet, you hit a button, you download that, and people are listening to your song on an iPhone or on their, you know, iPod or whatever. And so that takes the financial profitability way, 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 way down unless you have a single. And then you're getting paid not a mechanical royalty, but a performance royalty. So for all of us, we're all, you know, striking every day trying to get that one song that you can have 1 in 10, which is great. But because the records aren't selling like they used to, well, then they're going to pick 1 of 3 to be a single. And if you're not one of those 3, then you're just getting your mechanical royalty for, oh, well, we sold 300,000 records. You used to sell 3 million, you know. So it definitely takes a hit financially.
Let me just help clarify what he means by mechanical royalties are what you receive when a CD is sold or a record is sold. Right. That's the money that the label pays to the writers and the publishers and the artists. The other type of royalty, when you're talking about getting a song on the radio, is a performance royalty, which is collected by either ASCAP, CSAC, BMI. It's an entirely different, it used to be that you would make, if you were in the top 10 on the charts, on the Billboard singles chart, you'd make a substantial amount of money from the airplay, which was the performance royalty. When the records were selling, you had these, and he's right. I mean, I can remember with some of the albums that I had songs on where they weren't singles, but back in the day, I can remember getting $75,000 for a song that was on a record that nobody even knew was on there. But because of the, you know, album, well, now that's gone. So you take that whole half is gone. Now you've got the terrestrial radio, which is different from, say, terrestrial is like when you tune in your local, you know.
Yeah, your regular AM, FM.
Your regular AM, FM, and then you have Sirius XM and all that stuff. And their rates are different, but then when you get into the streaming thing, what we used to get, what, 9 cents? I think it was 9 cents a play. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you've got thousands and thousands of spins all over the country a week, that 9 cents adds up. Well, that has since been, for streaming, which has taken the place of terrestrial radio, it's, as I was saying earlier in our chat, it's the rate is 0.00013 per spin, not spin, per stream. So you have to have 1,000 streams to make 1 penny. But if you read the law that the Copyright Tribunal came up with relative to that, the first 900 streams are considered advertising, and you only get paid for the last 100 streams. So, in fact, you have to have 10,000 streams to make 1 penny, where it used to be 1 spin made you 9 cents.
Wow. So big difference.
That's a big difference.
Well, that's a topic we could definitely talk about for a long time, but since I'm getting short on time, I want everyone to get a sampling of your music here real quick. And so I'm going to get you, I was hoping we were going to be able to go through all 3 of your songs fully, but we're short on time, so I'm going to get you to play some pieces of it. And I'm going to start with you, Brian. You had a big hit with Rodney Atkins called Watching You. So give me just a real quick bio on how did that come about?
Wrote it with Rodney and a buddy of mine, Steve Dean. Rodney had a song out at the time called If You're Going Through Hell. And when he walked into our writing appointment that morning, he had been to the preschool because his son had got called into the preschool director's office because he was standing in line singing, if you're going through hell, hell. And he just kept saying hell. Yeah. And he said, man, he goes, I don't know why he's doing that. And me and Steve looked at him and said, well, he wants to be like you. He's doing what you do. And he said, well, we need to write that. And so Watching You was born out of a real life experience. And
give me a minute or two of it.
Driving through town, just my boy and me. Happy Meal in his booster seat, knowing that he couldn't have the toy till his nuggets were gone. The green traffic light turned straight to red. I hit my brakes and mumbled under my breath. His fries went a-flying and his orange drink covered his lap. Well, then my 4-year-old said a 4-letter word, started with S, and I was concerned. And I said, son, now where'd you learn to talk like that? He said, I've been watching you, Dad, ain't that cool? I'm your buckaroo, I wanna be like you and eat all my food, grow as tall as you are. We wear cowboy boots and camo pants, yeah, we're just alike, hey, ain't we, Dad? I wanna do everything you do, so I've been watching you.
Awesome, that's great, that's great. Way to go, good deal, good deal.
Thank you. Thank you, Rodney.
2007 Song of the Year.
Yeah, it was. Honored by that, for sure.
Yeah, that's great, awesome, awesome. You talked about a song called He Ain't You. Tell me about it.
Yeah, this was another one of those, hey, what are you doing right now? Can I come over to my best friend, Megan? And we just sat there in the middle of the night, and I think we just ended up staying up the whole night and ended up turning it into a 24-hour writing session that we did. And we ended up writing like 3 or 4 songs, and this was one of them.
Well, give me about a minute and a half, 2 minutes of it.
Yeah, sounds good. Could make a list of everything you did wrong, it'd be long impossible to forget our history. And maybe if I could turn back the clock to a time when you were mine, I would do some things differently. And if we never ended things, then I wouldn't have seen that he does all the things that usually would make a girl like me fall so easy. My head says jump on in, but my heart says no. And while he's lying next to me, I'm trying to erase beautiful memories. At the end of it all, there's nothing we can do. It's inevitable, I can't shake the truth. I'll never love him right, 'cause he ain't you.
Very good, very good. All right.
He's a dummy.
He's a dummy. He's a dummy. You beat me to it.
You're not too bright, huh? Anyway, Jim, you had Just Started Loving You. Jim Otto, big hit song for you guys. How'd that come about?
Song of the Year the next year. The 2 of us.
Back-to-back song.
Back-to-back Song of the Year.
Yeah.
Well, I was at a card game with a buddy of mine, D. Vincent Williams, and they ran out of beer. I don't drink beer. But they ran out of beer, and seeing where they were playing cards, they were like, would you run to the store? And I said, sure. So I ran to the store with D, and we were walking down the soda aisle. I don't know why I remember this, but we were walking down the soda aisle, and I was looking at the orange soda, and he said to me, how come you never asked me to write with any of your famous friends? And I said, well, you never asked me. He said, well, I'm asking. And I said, all right, well, I'm writing with this artist tomorrow, James Otto. And he said, I said, do you want to join us? And he said, yeah, I'd love to. I said, all right, you're in. Meet me at so-and-so at 10 o'clock. And we were walking, and we get down to the beer, and he's like, well, what's he like? And I said, well, he's this big, tall, like biker dude, just, I said, but he's just a teddy bear. And he's like, no, what's he sing like? And I said, well, he's got this crazy range. He can sing down here, and if you need him to, he can even go way up there. And D looked at him and he said, don't say a word. Don't say a word till we get back to the house. And the whole time he's going la da 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 da. We go back, put it down on our phone recorders. Next morning, walked into James and we went, hey, we've got this melody, la da 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 da. And but we don't know what it's about. He said, well, I have this title, Just Got Started Loving You, but I don't know what it means. And Dee and I looked at each other, I was like, we know what it means. And the next thing you know, it was written. And
I'm going to get you, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you play us out because we're almost out of time here real quick. So I'm going to let you play us out with it. And let me just tell everybody, tell you guys, first of all, thank you. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Brian White, Nicole Johnson, Jim Femino. Jim's going to play us out here in just a second. Remind everybody you can see more of our conversations online at WSRE.org/conversations. You can also find us on YouTube and Facebook. I'm Jeff Weeks. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Take great care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. And Jim Femino is going to play us out. Take it away, my friend.
whoops, I'm sorry. You don't have to go now on a call and tell them you won't be in today. Maybe there ain't nothing at the office so important you can't wait. Weekend, but 2 days in heaven just ain't gonna do. This is gonna take forever, darling girl, I just got started loving you. What's the point in fighting what we're feeling? We both know we'll never win. Ain't this what we're missing? Let's just stop all this resisting and give in. Let me wrap my arms around you. You know you don't want to leave this room. Come back and let me hold you, darling girl, I just got started loving you. What can I say? I never felt this way. Girl, you're like a dream come true. After all the love we made, it sure would be a shame if we let this moment end so soon. I'm thankful for the weekend, but 2 days in heaven just ain't gonna do. This is gonna take forever, darling girl, I just got started loving you. Yeah, this is gonna take forever, darling girl, I just got started loving you.
Very good.
Thank you. I made so much.
Support for this program is provided in part by these corporate sponsors. And by viewers like you.